My name is Arielle Hurst and I'm the editor of ScrumHub.com. This week we're back with our panelists from the Agile Development Conference to ask them question 5. How should a team begin a grassroots movement towards Scrum without executive support?
Well, I don't know how long you're going to be able to keep it a secret, but probably the best way to begin is to consider your scope of authority. So oftentimes when people ask, what can I do? I'm just one team member, I'm just a small team. Normally executives are still trusting you to get your work done, right? They say that within this scope of authority, it's your job. So that means within that scope of authority, it ought to be your role to decide how you want to do that. If you just so happen to do that with Scrum practices or with Agile, most executives don't really care about the jargon, they care about the results. And if your results get significantly better, then they might be more open to learning about some of the reasons why.
There are two things you want to know. One is executives do not care about Agile per se. And it's not that they're bad that they don't care about Agile per se. What they care about is delivery of business value quickly. Now, if you think about Scrum, it's really brilliant because it eliminates most of the causes of delay in a delivery. Like most waste in software is because of delays in workflow or delays in feedback or a lack of collaboration or not having the right people. Scrum team, you got everybody right there. So you can actually talk about the result you're trying to get with Scrum instead of Scrum itself.
If you have no executive support, no management buy-in, start with time-boxed iterations. Look at working for 1 to 2 weeks and give yourself, if you have a big 3-month task, break it down into 1 to 2 week deliverables so that you can understand if you're succeeding and failing. Even if management doesn't know that you're doing these iterations, you will be bringing feedback to them more quickly, as opposed to waiting 3 to 6 months and then oops, big bang, the project blows up. You'll get a reputation for discovering problems early, bringing the management's attention, and giving them an opportunity to solve the problems before it derails the team. So time-boxed iterations.
They can start breaking their work into smaller portions. They can start working together, cross-functional, create a cross-functional team, because now they can probably work better and see the work not just from the designer's point of view, but developers, testers, all together. So if they can find a way to work together closer. Retrospectives definitely help. It is one technique that usually is forgotten, but you learn so much about it because just by getting together and thinking what did we do right and what can we do better, you don't have to wait for the end of a project or a release to do a post-mortem. You can learn about it earlier and you can fix and you can go faster.
Find somebody from the business or operations side that's going to be able to support this and assign that person to be product owner and really have them drive delivery to your end users or customers. If you don't have that person really available, again, don't start doing this.
Grassroots Agile is a common technique. In many organizations, we don't have executive support, and so you got to start somewhere. So one of the fundamental principles of Scrum is do what's possible. And so for many organizations, that means we do it on a team, we do it stealth, we do it essentially on our own. What we look for as far as what will make that effective is transparency. Communicate up the chain why we're doing this and the values that we're seeing and the values we're getting from this, the return that we're getting from this. The most effective organizational change is going to be both bottom up and top down.
They need to engage directly with those senior management and convince them through education, motivation, evangelization to adopt some Scrum, some Agile values. Because what the executive level can do is they can provide values that drive the behaviors that go from them down to the customers, down to line management, down to the Scrum team.
What they need to do is make some type of commitment with middle management or their layers of immediate reporting to say, we'll at least show you what we're working on each week. Sure, we'll still deliver towards the predated plan if you're not willing to be flexible there, but we'd like to show you pieces as we're working. With that commitment, from the outside, it still can look a lot like waterfall. It just speeds up and the delivery comes faster.